You scared, lobster? You should be scared. You got a little nervous there, didn't you?
Yeah.
Hello, hello. So today we will be demoing how to cook a lobster. On behalf of Flavor Excursions number 24, Lobster and Bellini's Dinner, we will be cooking lobsters as we'll be serving the lobster in 5 different courses. In order to cook the lobster, first we have to have boiling water, which we have boiling behind us. It's also seasoned, almost like seawater, so it should be a nice salinity to it. And then we're gonna kill the lobster by stabbing a knife through its head and rendering it lifeless. A little more humane way as opposed to just putting it in the hot boiling water and letting it cook to death. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna insert the knife right above his head and just push it straight through. All right, so the lobster's been put out of his misery, and now we're gonna move him and place him in the water. And you cook it from either 3 minutes to 4 minutes. 3 minutes being if you want a little underdone, so you're gonna cook it in another dish, like pasta or raviolis or whatever else you may be doing with it. Or 4 minutes if you want a fully cooked lobster and you're just gonna serve it immediately. 4 minutes is up. I'm gonna remove this bad boy and place it into the ice bath. We have our chilled lobster. Just gonna remove the claws like so. And I usually take the knuckles off, especially for this course since the knuckles are coarse, separate from the claws. So remove those. You just kind of rip the tail off, all right? So the body, and make sure you're doing it in a sink. There will be still a lot of liquid left in the lobster, so you don't want to do it over your countertop. It's gonna spew a whole lot of liquid. As you can see, there's some green substance in here, and we're gonna wash that out. Some people eat that. I'm not a big fan of it, and we don't need it tonight. So we are going to remove that after we break it down. So with breaking open the claws, which can be a little intimidating, take off the rubber bands first. And I like to also remove the big finger first. Gently, all right, gently. The more gentle you are with it, the easier it is to reserve that part. So I remove those first because there's still, as you see, a lot of liquid left in there. Gently. You're going to try and keep it intact so that little feather doesn't stay in there. You want to make sure you pull that out. Then we'll come back to those lobster's claws. So this is the knuckle. All right, it's 3 sections. First, I usually take this one off. Still a little meat right there. With a nice pair of kitchen shears, we're just going to cut each side. On each side. So from the top of the knuckle, the bottom of the knuckle. Again on the other claw of the knuckle. And once you do that, it should come apart nice and easy. And you have your fully cooked lobster meat. Discard the shell. So for the claw, since we already have the main finger removed, it's going to snip. Be careful not to cut the meat. Snip there twice on each side. And then once you have that, it's a little bit easier to break that open and the claw should slide right out. So again, we snipped on each side. Remove that, meat falls right out. So we have our 2 claws left and right, our knuckle. Now for the tail, you want to spread it open. Make sure you have it in your palm of your hand. And gingerly, just go down the center without going into the meat. And then again on the back side, Again, being careful not to go into the meat. Once you get most of the way done, just kind of gingerly break it without splashing lobster juices all over yourself. You want to look like a professional. And it's going to be a little stuck right in the little tail flat part. So just gingerly pull that out, and voila, you have a perfect tail. So there we go. Remove the claws, the knuckle meat, and the tail. And that's all you get out of a 2-pound lobster. So let's just do a quick reference. Let's see how much meat we actually get out of it. 2 claws, 2 knuckles, and the tail meat. A little around, a little over 9 ounces. It's not bad.